I've had the privilege of working with cultures. I've had the privilege of working with business owners, CEOs, executives. I've had the privilege of working with stay-at-home parents, school teachers. And there's something common that I see, right? There's something common that I see in all of these workouts. Most of the time, I'm working with children. Yeah? I'm working with children. I'm working with 30, 45, 50-year-old children. Let me give you an example. Go in there, trying to fix the culture. I'm sitting down with one of the managing directors of the region. So I'm sitting down with him and just shooting the breeze and just going, yeah, cool. How did you get to where you are? If there's one thing that you can help others on to get to the level that you are, what's this one thing that you'll be able to tell us? And he said, I stabbed the guy in front of me. What? I stabbed the guy in front of me. I mean, what, literally? He goes, no, metaphorically. If any opportunity that I got to throw my boss underneath the bus, I will do that. Right? Right? And when I do that, I will then go for his job. This is the guy that's taking care of majority of this country's financial situation, right? Like, he takes care of our super, right? Holy shit. I mean, there's other big examples. Let's go mainstream. Donald Trump. Right? He's a kid, right, with some big toys. Right? We don't even have to go that far. We can even go to our own backyard. Right? Talk about our own politics. These are people that are running our country that are always looking to stab each other in the back. Right? So we've got people taking care of our financial industry. We've got leaders taking care of our country that act like children. Shit. We have a problem here. A very serious one. A lot of what coaching is, what I've seen, is parenting. And the thing is that it's not these people's fault. It's not these people's fault. Why? The reason why there might be 45, 50, 60-year-olds acting like children is that they still have unfulfilled, their inner child is still unfulfilled in some way, shape, or form. Their inner child still wants something, unable to communicate it, so it's acting out in their behavior. And again, this is not their fault. It's not their fault. So I want to go back to our ancient times, considering that, the theme is tribal leadership. I love it. I want to go back to our ancient times. See, in our ancient times, children were seen as potential to be of service to the tribe. It wasn't a given, right? There was just potential of what could happen. But they were mostly seen as liabilities. And in these tribes, parents, now I'm talking about the Aboriginal tribes, I'm talking about the Indian tribes in America, even the African tribes, back in those ancient times, that it was parents, their only responsibility was to keep them physically safe. Right? To shelter them, feed them, in some places clothe them, keep them warm. That was their responsibility. It was the leaders of the tribe's responsibility to bring him up. Yeah? It was the leader's responsibility, in other words, the elders' responsibility to teach them about life. And the reason why they did that is that the general assumption was if you're a person that can bear a child, you're not mature enough to actually teach them life skills. Right? Now, these are the ancient beliefs. But also, the reason why the maturity there is that you're too emotionally involved with your child to actually see them fall and fail and go through pain. Right? So, which is why they gave it to the leaders of the tribe to actually teach them about these life skills. Right? So, the Aborigines, for example, they have this thing called the walkabout. Okay, has anyone heard about the walkabout? Yep, cool. So, in this walkabout, the elder of the tribe will take this child anywhere between, depending on the tribe, anywhere between 6 to about 12 months, some places longer. And in that time, they will teach that child how to hunt, right? How to navigate using the stars and the sun, to find water, how to fight, how to fend, how to connect to the land, how to connect to their ancestors. In other words, they were teaching him about their character. And only if the child goes on this walkabout and survives, because there's always a test by the end of it, right? And survives, are you able to be part of the tribe? Now, the ancient Indian tribes, now they had some crazy methods, right? Involves hooks in the back and everything like that. The Sparta, their walkabout went for about good 12 to 15 years, right? And it's only when they became, they leave the parent at around 7. Well, it's always around 7, 8 is when they actually leave their parents, and they go spend it with the tribe. See, since the beginning of time, right, teaching character skills has always been the leader's responsibility. Has always been the leader's responsibility. Creating leaders has always been the leader's responsibility. It's never been the parents' responsibility. It's never been schools' responsibilities. Right? Because schools, what do? Right? I have a lot of things to say about schools, but what do? They educate you in order to get a job. Right? So right now, they're not doing that much in this space of character. Because it's the leader's responsibility to do that. And as businesses start to evolve in this space, start to pay attention to character, emotional intelligence, emotional resilience, then schools will pick up later on, I hope. But it's not the parents' responsibility. It's never been the school's responsibility. It's our responsibility. And if your child, the one that you're coaching with, is 65 years old, well, it doesn't matter. It's always been our responsibility. So, this has always been the case since the beginning of time. And we've lost it along the way. Now, a person only has to hit 18 years old, just has to survive 18 years. That's it. Congratulations, you've survived 18 years, you're now an adult, you're expected to have character and be a leader. You're expected. Huh? It doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. See, emotional intelligence, emotional resilience, character has to be taught. It has to be learnt. It's not something that you're born with. Leadership has to be taught. It has to be learnt. It's not something that you're born with. Emotional awareness has to be taught. Has to be learnt. Emotional literacy has to be taught, has to be learnt. Emotional literacy is your ability to actually access different parts of emotions, actually know what you're feeling. Brené Brown did a study, and apparently, as majority of us, as humans, we can only access 3 emotions: happy, sad, and pissed off. Right? These are the 3 emotions that most of us can access. There's close to about 33 to 35 different emotions. Right? So emotional literacy is knowing that, you know what, I'm not angry. What I am, I'm actually sad. You know, I'm actually in shame. I'm actually in one of the other 30. Right? So accessing these 30, or knowing more about emotional literacy, allows you to deal with the issues and deal with the emotions there and then. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on this one, but I just wanted to let you know what emotional literacy is. So, now what I'm going to show you is the journey that you'll be taking your clients on. The 3 different types of leadership. Okay?